We have interviewed Obi and Atiku. Now we eagerly waiting for Tinubu. This is according to Arise TV journalist Rufai Oseni. Arise TV journalist Rufai Oseni has extended an invitation to the All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Asiwaju Tinubu for an interview. The popular journalist took to his social media handle on Twitter and stated that the Arise TV News has interviewed three major presidential election contenders, namely Peter Obi of the Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the New Nigerian People's Party, that's NNPP, and Omoyele Sowore of the Africa Action Congress, AC. But, they, Arise TV, are yet to have a discussion with Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu of the APC ahead of the 2023 elections. Rufai Oseni said they are eagerly and anxiously waiting to interview the APC flag bearer, as they would wish to hear about his ideas and plans for the country. The tweet reads, "We eagerly await the APC presidential candidate for an interview on Arise TV. We have had Obi, Atiku, Kwankwaso, Sowore, and others. We would like to hear his ideas for Nigeria and chat about them." Oseni and the other guy of Channels TV, they are a terror for anyone who is in fact, they are a terror for most politicians. If you see them in your dream, you wake up suddenly and look for where to hide. And I think Oseni, you have to wait forever, because Tinubu that we know is not coming for such an interview. Tinubu will not come to where he will be exposed. Yes, he knows the questions that are waiting for him. It's like he will be ambushed with questions that he already knew and he's not ready to answer. Yet he wants to rule Nigeria. He likes platforms where he will say what he like, where nobody will query him. He will just, one-man band. And if you look at people with such characters, you will like, oh, this one has skeleton in their cupboard. Yes, because if you have nothing to fear, Tinubu is well-spoken, as in Tinubu is fluent in English, very fluent. Remember, he's a Chicago guy. He lived in Chicago. His English is very sound. So why is he running away? The problem is not that he cannot speak, but why? Labour Party has blasted wives of Bola Tinubu and Shettima over their decision to use the Airforce jet for personal assignment. Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu and Hajiya Nana Shettima used the Airforce jet to visit victims of flooding in Benue State. The Labour Party went on to say that both Tinubu and Shettima's wife are not government officials, and they were equally not on any official assignment, and as such, they should not be using the Air Force jet for private assignment. The P2B Yusuf Dati Presidential Campaign Office, in its reaction, Labour Party said that it is disturbing that both Tinubu and Shettima's wife are campaigning with presidential air fleets, and the Nigerian Air Force pilots and crews are the ones piloting the aircraft. Labour Party stated that the personnel of the Air Force should not be politically influenced by Tinubu and Shettima's wife. The Labour Party also said that these NAF aircrafts are maintained with scarce resources that the federal government borrowed, and as such, it cannot be said that the federal government is using borrowed money for the campaign activities of the APC presidential candidates. And can you imagine, is this supposed to be? The attitude is like, we have won already, results have been announced, we have won, we have a kind of protection from the government, we can use the country's Air Force jet. For me, it sounds like we are already in control. We can now command the military to do what, the pilots that are even taking care of the jets are Nigerian Airforce pilots. Can you imagine this country? Somebody will say the results have been rigged because the way these guys portray themselves as if they have won. The confidence, not because they have won, but because something is wrong. Something is already wrong. How can they use Nigerian Air Force jets? If it is a case whereby it is meant for all the contestants, the candidates, it is normal. Okay, we could agree with that. But for APC, it sounds somehow. Let's look at this. What a country. Can you imagine? Again, I say, what a country. I have never seen this. Perhaps they should also be giving presidential cover every treatment the president gets. Yet they are not already announced as a president and vice. Somebody will say this election has been rigged already. When such respect is accorded a particular candidate and not the rest of them. Igbos had a man who supplied most tons of cement in Nigeria but was knocked out. This is according to Ezife. Chief Chukwuemeka Ezife, a former governor of Anambra State, has said that the Southeast region and its residents are not favored by government policies of the location of industry. In a recent interview with The Sun Nigeria, Chief Ezife claimed that Ibeto, a significant supplier of tons of cement to Nigeria, had grown frustrated and that it is excellent that he is now resuming business. He bemoaned the fact that no Southeast Railway projects were mentioned among the country's other completed railway projects. He said, "In cement, we have had a man who supplied most tons of cement to Nigeria, Ibeto. Eventually, he was knocked out of the business. He's now gradually coming back." Madubugu Cletus Ibeto is the proprietor of Ibeto Cement and is from Nnewi, Anambra State. Ibeto frequently recognized as the biggest company in Nnewi. According to Reuters story, the federal government authorities shut down Ibeto Cement in Port Harcourt some time ago for allegedly claiming investment tax benefits under false pretenses. People's opinion to the closure were divided. Some said it was an attempt to drive him out of business so that his rivals might succeed. To make up for the losses Ibeto incurred as a result of his farm being shut down by the previous administration, the late President Musa Yar'Adua ordered its reopening in 2007 and granted him favorable import tariffs and 0% VAT. I think it's also about that same thing Igbos claim in Nigeria. We are marginalized, and after the war we were told it's a no victor vanquish, and on the note that nothing, as if nothing really happened and we have settled, but the Nigerian government attitude against the Igbos afterwards is not something to write home about. The Igbos continue to face persecution by the Nigerian government. In all ways, Igbos have been marginalized, even in the educational sector all around. And you wonder why, despite Igbos being industrious, everybody knows Igbos are they are the movers and shakers of Nigerian economy. Yet, you cannot say the Igbo man is the richest man. Why? Because of government policies against these particular people. Ibeto Cement was closed for the simple truth. If Ezife fails to mention this, Ibeto Cement was closed for Dangote to move. There was a time Ibeto pushed Dangote out of the market because he has more products in the market and his price is, oh, wow. But politics, they play politics and shoved him aside. What a country. And when our people cry and say, we don't want to be part of this, you say they are doing the wrong thing. You say they are divisive. But Igbos are the people who has, by their attitude, showed or displayed one Nigeria. But we are being taken for granted. In every way, Nigeria has targeted our businesses. Not just the government, but other ethnicities are targeting our businesses. And they are going free. Anyway, let me leave that for another day. Let's get to the next story as we round up. An American rapper and fashion designer, Kanye West, popularly known as Kanye West, has lost $2 billion in 24 hours after several brands cut ties with him over anti-Semitic comments. This is coming less than 48 hours after American business magazine Forbes announced that Kanye no longer has a place on its billionaires list now that his lucrative deal with Adidas is over. The brands that have cut ties with Kanye so far include Balenciaga. MRC, the entertainment studio, shelved an already finished Ye documentary. His talent agency CAA, Adidas, Jalen Brown, and Aaron Donald, Foot Locker. The Real, TJ Maxx, Madame Tussauds. And reacting to the loss, the rapper in a post on Instagram explained that the people are who he is, not the money. He wrote, I lost $2 billion in one day and I am still alive. This is love speech. I still love you. The money is not who I am. The people is who I am. According to reports, he made an anti-Semitic comment. And it's improper. We should mind what we say. We should mind what we say. You don't say things because you feel you can. And if you check, probably most of these companies, just like you find in America, and most of the richest companies in America are owned by the Jews. So how can you make an anti-Semitic comment? You know what to expect. How can you bite the fingers that feed you? Imagine you endorse somebody, you've got an endorsement from a company that is owned by the person, and you still go out there to castigate the person, speak ill about the person, and you want the person to retain you. People should mind what they'll say. Some of the time you could be right, but mind what you say. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. But I want to say something. I want to advise the world. The world should take it easy with the Jews. I don't think the Jews meant evil. They meant well. Based on what I have seen, I think the Jews meant well. I think they are misunderstood some of the times. I feel the Jews meant well. And based on the Bible, and I'm a Christian, based on the Christian faith, I love the Jews. And I pray for Jerusalem. If it is well with Jerusalem, it shall be well with you who pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Always pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Anyway, this is where we round up. Add your comment. Tell us what you think. I remain your host, Azukauzo OJ. Bye-bye for now.